You gotta let a loser go be with his type, okay? And I didn't understand that for a long time. I was dealing with a dude. I kept trying to, bring him to the side, but turns out he likes losers because he's a loser. I didn't understand it. And that be the problem with us. We always trying to bring men to the light. We always trying to make him a better man. We always trying to change him. We always trying to save him from the toxic cycles they're in. But don't save him if he don't want to be saved. In the wise words of Megan Thee Stallion. That's just one of my biggest pet peeves, is like trying to save a nigga who don't want to be saved. He don't want a better life. He don't want to have the stability that you provide him. He doesn't want to have the pretty woman, the home, the kids, the financial luxury, freedom, and wealth. He wants to be over there with the roaches. He want to be over there fighting for his life, not knowing where his next meal is coming from because he's dealing with the IG baddies. That's what he wants. Let him go have that. Stop begging him to want more for himself. At the end of the day, these are grown men we're talking about, okay? You can't want more for somebody who doesn't want it for themselves.
Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about letting men go be with their type. Okay, we're not trying to dissect what she has that you don't have, trying to dim your light to blend in, trying to bleach your hair to match the blonde type that he likes, or trying to put on a push-up bra to make yourself look more busty. We are not trying to metamorphose into what we think his type is. Just go let him be with that type. Like, let's stop the internal warfare of hoping and begging and pleading and holding on by his ankles and not letting him leave. Just open the door and let him leave. Let him go be with his type. You have other things out there better that are waiting for you. Let's get into this video.
My Lord, a snapping turtle.
You guys really gotta let these losers go be with their type. I'm sorry, I said it. Look at his exes. That is a big one. Look at his exes. Every man that I've been with, when I look at their exes and I look back at what they were dating before they met me, I'm just like, wow, like that is crazy. Like, we are not even the same type of female. No disrespect, but they do not look like me. They're not independent like me. They're not as caring. They don't have the heart that I do. They don't have the brains that I do. Nothing. I mean, nothing. Like, it's just so many things, and I'm just like, this is what you're used to. This is what you're used to. So when you have a man that you're no longer with and you start looking back and thinking, wow, that is kind of weird, is because that is the type of women that they're used to. Let them go back to their type. Let them go back to their farm animals. Let them go back, because at the end of the day, you're too good for that man. That's it. Let him go back. Because he didn't deserve you in the first place. That's it. It's simple. It's really like, I feel like us women, we always sitting there, we trying to analyze why this, why that, why am I not good? You are good enough. You're too good. You're too good, and that's the problem. So please, let them go back to the that they're used to.
If you are dating a guy and he tells you what his type is physically and he describes something that is clearly not you, run. That is him telling you that he's going to have his eye out for other women that are his type and that he's just not that serious about you. I swear to God, I'm just recognizing all of the red flags from the last guy I dated. Like, on our second date, he told me what his type was. He told me I'm not his usual type. He said he likes darker women, darker skin, darker features. He told me I'm the whitest girl he's ever dated. Mind you, he is white. He's super white, like 100% white. I'm white, obviously. I'm also Colombian, okay. And of course, he was the one that pursued me and then played me so bad. Like, never again. Never again.
Sometimes you gotta let these men go be with their type. I remember when I was doing hair, I had a client that real pretty girl. She was a nurse. She had really worked hard to get to where she's at, etc., etc. So she starts dealing with this new guy. He's a real cute guy, but he was down bad on his luck. Didn't have a car, didn't have a place to stay. He was living with his mama, etc., etc. So later on down the conversation, she tells me that the man is like cheating on her, but he keeps cheating on her with the same female. But the same female, like, she's comparing herself to this female. She like, well, I'm bad as fuck and I got this going for myself, I got that going for myself, and this bitch a bum, she live in the hood, she ain't got a car, she got umpteen kids and blah blah blah, like, not cute, etc., etc. And she was like, I don't understand, like, what he see in her and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, I see what he sees in her, and I see exactly why he's cheating on you. And she gasped a little bit, but I'm like, you basically just told me that both of them are bums. Like attracts like, baby. And sometimes men will feel very emasculated next to you just because you got a crazy hustle hand and he ain't got shit going for himself. So he needs to go over there with Keisha that's making him feel validated, because she don't have shit going for herself either. She's beneath him or at his level, and that's what he likes. And this is why I say alignment in dating is so important, because people will try to hurt you and will try to dim your light because they don't have shit going for themselves. So go ahead and let that man go be with that girl. You need to tell him, look, I can't compete where I don't compare. I can't compete with a bum because I'm not a bum. So go ahead and be with your type. And once you get your shit together, don't hit me up.
First of all, we're newlyweds. After our honeymoon, my husband and his friends were having a group video call. I chatted with them for a bit, and then I excused myself to go for a walk. Then I made the biggest mistake of my life. I forgot something and turned back to get it. But everyone had thought that I'd left. His friends had started to ask him about our honeymoon and started poking fun at him. Eventually, one of his friends asked him if my looks were still a problem for him. He told her he loved me and that we had a great honeymoon and that...
Hold on. He told her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. Continue.
Yeah, it was a group of them. So he told her that, I'm beautiful on the inside, despite, him liking lighter skinned, slimmer girls. He told them that we can't have it all, She insisted on asking him if he felt like he had downgraded from his ex.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, who was, light-skinned and slim. And he said, maybe.
Oh,
but
gosh.
He said that, but I make him happy. And another one of his friends, I'm not sure if she was trying to help, said that maybe it would help a lot if I had lost some weight. I'm not morbidly obese, or maybe a little chubby.
Yikes, wowzers. I know that was hard for her to hear, and I was cringing just listening to it, just like he was, because people aren't going to really tell you if you're not their type. It's just like some homework that you have to do on the back end, and I'm not saying it's her fault, but this is heartbreaking, and this is an issue and a topic that it's going to continue to resurface the longer that you're with someone and you're not their type. Unfortunately, not only are they aware what their type is, but their family and their friends and coworkers, they know what their type is too. So when they see you and you stick out like a sore thumb, it's not going to be a good experience for you, especially with her and her size. Like if they have kids and just get happy weight and stuff, like her body's going to change as they grow together. It's going to change and lean further away from his type. She's not going to slim down and she's not going to get any lighter. That it is what it is. And so it opens the question like, well, is he using her for something? You know? And it could be. It could be that he is, but unfortunately, if you're not someone's type and you stick out like a sore thumb, it may not be in your best interest to try to go out of your way to piece things together and stay in their face, because people are going to talk about it. It's not just you feeling it. People are going to actually talk about it. And unfortunately, she heard it. Let's hear some more about what people are saying when you're not that man's type, girl.
The thing that bothers me the most about that Simone Biles husband's interview isn't the fact that she's sitting right there next to him, smiling, giggling, eating it up. And it's not the fact that he's just like I don't know, I didn't really know her. It's the fact that the vibe that I get from that is he's saying she wasn't really my type. She wasn't really my type. She isn't the typical girl that I could have gotten or, would have gotten with, but I gave her a chance, therefore I am the catch. There is no reason for a woman like Simone Biles to be as so talented and accomplished and as beautiful as she is to be with a man who speaks about her like that, unless he is reverse gold digging and just, riding off her coattails for the name, for the fame, and everything else that comes with it. The way he talks about her gives very much resentment. Oh, I gave her a chance and look at where we are. That's what the interview gives.
It's probably going to piss off a lot of people, but I'm going to say it. Beyonce is not Jay-Z's dream girl, which is ironic because she actually was a dream girl. But I don't say this to knock Beyonce in any way, shape, or form, because Beyonce is probably a lot of people's dream girl, but Beyonce's not Jay-Z's dream girl. But Beyonce fits the image of who Jay-Z thinks that someone at his level in music, as a major executive in music, should be with, because she is the queen. She is the queen-like energy. She is this regal queen-like wife that is by his side. But that's not the woman that he really wants, which is why we know he's cheated on her. I mean, there's been albums about it at this point. My guess is he's probably cheating with women who are more his type, because Beyonce is not his type. She fits the image of who he thinks that a powerful music executive should be with.
I gotta be okay with that man going to be with that other woman that he chose. You can't be mad, because for one, anybody with some goddamn sense, if a man chose another woman over you, you better be fucking glad, because you have just been saved by the bell. If he had to choose between you and another woman, I will hope you let her have him. I will hope you just got what you wanted and let that other woman have him, because he ain't gonna change and he ain't gonna stop. He might take a break, but that's who he is. You deserve more. Secondly, you might not be wanting to go 50-50. You might not be wanting to do some of the other shit that woman gonna tolerate. So sometimes you gotta tell him, you know what? I think that's a better fit for you, because I'm not tolerating that shit. You can't do that over here. I ain't going for it. So please go over there. Thirdly, you should have options. One monkey don't stop no show. It should be another one rolling in, because you got your shit together. And guess what? If one left, that means it's making room for something better to come. Y'all got to be okay with men choosing other shit. Let them go.
Y'all know why that relationship not working out? Because you was never his type. A nigga be a walking red flag and you steady trying to give him chances. Let him go. Let him go be with his type. Because you not his type. And it's okay. You can't change a person unless they want to change. But what I will say is, when a person show you who they are, believe them the first time, because that's exactly who they is. Amen to that.
And this is just a reminder, we're not just talking about physical. We're not saying you're the first BBW that he's been with and everybody knows him to be with skinny women. We're not talking about from just a race standpoint. In general, your mindset. Some people are attracted to other people with a poor mindset because they have a poor mindset. Even from a religious standpoint, a lot of men, they know that they should take a nice woman home that his mother would approve of, but really he want the girl with that ring in her tongue because he like what it do. And he like the fact that, she might fight at the bar and she got a tattoo. She'll get a tattoo of his name on her neck. Like he likes that. He doesn't care that you have a Benz or, a G-Wagon. He okay with the girl with the Honda that's working at Target. He don't want you. You're an executive. You're too much for him. You stress him out. Unless he needs help, he'll come to you for help. And you're not a help person. You're not there to be the help. So sometimes, even from a financial standpoint, goals, life, from a fitness standpoint, a lot of different things. It's so much more than physical, but that's what people can see first a lot of the times. But just know it's more than that. It's important to recognize, because if you're talking with someone and they don't share the same goals as you, that means your goals are not going to be priority. They're not going to be met. You're going to have to get them done. It's going to take twice as long and it's going to be twice as stressful because you have dead weight. So when you release them, you should feel light after it.
If a guy that you just started seeing or talking to or dating just verbally expressed to you that he's interested or usually has a liking for a different type other than you need to run away. You need to get away from this guy ASAP. I can't believe how many people have not heard of the term negging. This is actually like one of the oldest tricks in the playbook, and it's a manipulation tactic. Basically, the psychology behind negging is I believe it started like with the pickup line culture and a way for men to like cope with their inferiority and the fact that they're standing in front of a confident, beautiful, feminine goddess and they have no idea how to get her other than taking her down a notch and using like a reverse psychology on her. Basically, an example would be like, you're not usually like my type, or usually like my type is this, but there's something about you that I just like really like. I don't know what it is. Like, you're not like my usual type. I'm usually like drawn to this type of woman. You need to get away from this guy, like immediately. Like, he's not trying to tell you that like you're special and you caught his eye. He's trying to make you feel like you are less than, like you're not all that, and like he's the prize. Like, it's some kind of psychological technique to make you think, oh my gosh, there's like so many other beautiful women out there, but he picked me. No, that's not what it is. Like, if this happens like at the beginning stage, like when you just started like talking to him or when you just met him, then good. You got an easy out. You got an easy way to go find the door. No strings attached. You didn't get too involved. Don't like get into it. Don't give him a reason why like you don't want to talk to him anymore. Just move on. You got lucky because he was kind of stupid to let his guard down and let a very amateur tactic play like right in front of you. Now, there's another tier of manipulative man that is a little bit of a more skilled approach, and it's a little bit of a longer game. A lot of times a guy will wait until you are emotionally invested in him and like until you've been in a relationship with him for a little bit longer, like let's say weeks or months, maybe even years. And he kind of like waits for these like strategic little moments into the relationship to drop these lovely little bombs of hate into the relationship. I think we all saw that video that went viral not too long ago where the girl and the guy were out to eat at a Mexican restaurant and he starts making comments about the waitress right in front of his girlfriend and tells her, see, you're so cool for being like okay with that. Like, girl, like I really, really hope that like you break up with this guy like immediately. I was on Reddit the other day. I think it was in the Am I Overreacting subreddit. And a young woman, quite young, I believe she's like 21. She said, am I overreacting if my boyfriend of 2 years has started expressing that he prefers women with larger breasts and I'm an A cup? And the fact that like my comment in that thread to tell her to break up with him immediately was seen as a controversial take is so wild. Like, there were actually people in the comment section telling her, it's not really a deal breaker when my boyfriend says things like that, or when my husband makes comments like that. Like, I think it's kind of funny. Like, these people commenting actually like claiming to be women and to be with men and saying that that's an okay thing for your significant other to say. It's crazy. Like, I cannot even believe the advice that some people were giving this poster. Some people were even telling her that you shouldn't just go to break up with him immediately. You need to sit down with him and you need to talk to him and tell him that when he says things like this, it makes you feel insecure. Don't do that. That is the worst thing you could do. Then you're just playing into his game. Then you just showed him that his manipulation tactics are working like a charm. And that's when he's going to proceed to gaslight you. And that's when he's going to start telling you things that make you doubt your self-worth. He's going to start saying things like, you see what a good guy I am? I'm with you regardless. Like, all men like that. You see how I'm willing to put aside my base desires and be with you just because I love you for you.
You got to understand the reason why a weak, insecure man will go and cheat on a successful, beautiful woman. A woman that is way out of his league, a woman that he prayed for, and he was lucky that she even gave him the time of day. Why do men end up breaking the women that they pray for? Number one, he's a narcissist. He's a sociopath. Okay. And you got to know that the narcissist is incredibly insecure. The narcissist is so weak-minded that he has to resort to manipulation and abuse tactics to break down his target. Okay. So ladies, this is why we have to start dating on our level or better. Stop settling for bums. Do you understand me? I don't care what type of sob story he give you. If he just coming out of prison and he need a strong woman to help, build with, don't do it. You are lowering yourself. Okay. I don't care if he's on hard times and he's living with his mama or what. No, we've got to cut this shit out. You date at your level or better. You get with a brother that got his life together. He's healthy. He ain't got multiple baby mamas. He ain't got no drama, no baggage, no unfinished business with any of his exes. He's happy. He's well traveled. He's well cultured. You find somebody on your level or better, or you let him find you. But don't you lower yourself ever again for no damn bum. Because a bum will get with a woman who is out of his league, and he'll be so threatened once he gets her, he will be actually competing with her inside of the relationship. He will continuously take jabs at her self-esteem, break her down, stop her from dressing nice, looking nice. He'll start falsely accusing her of cheating. Oh, why are you dressing nice today? Who you supposed to be impressing at your job? The insults are just going to be back to back to back. He's not going to let up. He's mad that you dress better than him. He's mad that you got beautiful designer clothes and stuff. It's almost like he's a woman and he wants to be a woman too, because he's looking at you like, damn, you know, this sis is bad. I wish I could get attention like sis. He wants the same attention you get. So that's why he will chip away and try to break you down and break your self-esteem in half. And when that doesn't work, he will resort to dumpster diving and he'll get him a side chick that understands the assignment and she'll help him cheat. Okay, to try to break you down. He'll get his family to help him. See, he can't break you on his own. He got to call in for reinforcements. This is why you got to cut him off, move on, and let him have the side chick, the woman he thought was better than you. Watch how miserable he becomes. Game over.
So when dating as a woman, it's very important to make sure you are the man's physical type. Now, this doesn't mean changing yourself. It means liking and finding men who like you. So I'll give you an example. When I was a former pick-me and was chasing this guy and it was very obvious I was into him more than he was into me, I found out that his physical type was blonde. The blonde bombshell with the big blue eyes, big boobs. And there's nothing wrong with that look, but that's not me, you know? So that ended horribly. He ended up embarrassing me and I remember crying my eyes out. And there was one guy where I asked him, I used Shira's advice, and I asked him his celebrity crush. His celebrity crush was Kim Kardashian from 2009. That was like his ultimate dream woman. That was the man that offered me everything. Why it didn't work out? Because he didn't want to marry me. That's a lot of the reasons why these situations for me are not working out. Okay? But I was treated like a princess. Now, the other guy that I went on a few dates with, where I was like somewhat of his type, but he liked the way I looked, but he was looking for a girl that was a little more natural looking, like a more toned down brunette type of thing. That was the man that complained about the shopping trip. So yes, a lot of guys have a very particular physical type and they don't like to stray away from it as much as women do. Women, we don't care about looks nearly as much as men do. Maybe height here and there, but we really are much more lenient on looks than men are. So the guy that's looking for the blonde bombshell, I'm not going to be the woman that is in his vicinity. So I'm not going to try to chase that man. I'm not going to try to convince that man to like me. That's wounded feminine energy. That's masculine energy. I have to stay in my divine feminine and pay attention to the men that like me, that show interest in me. That is who I need to be paying attention to. Or you can ignore them all and live your best life. But this is if you're actively dating and want to have men in your life that like you more.
You know, immediately no. I'm telling you right now, I seen what I needed to see.
And let me just throw this reminder out there, because y'all be overhyping the men that y'all be dating. Like mentally, you've overhyped him. So let me just bring you back down to earth. That man is not even fine. He's not even your type. If you went to buildabear/buildaman.com, I guarantee you would leave with something that looks nothing like him. He's not important. His opinion doesn't matter. He's not adding to your life. And if you go in his closet right now, I'm sure you're going to find some skid marks in his drawers. Let's clean it up, ladies. Let's clean it up. Let them recycle themselves. You'll get an early start with spring cleaning. Everything will be fine. Let's just move on. If you finish watching this video to the end, thank you so much. I can't wait to see your comments down in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video.
If your boyfriend ever comments that some girl is attractive, like while you're watching a movie or something, don't get mad. Just be like, I know, her boyfriend's probably really hot. To remind him that, yeah, she is, and she'd never be with you. Keep him humble.